This Fender Strat has a secret. In today's episode, we check out a 1992 John Page Fender Custom Shop set neck Stratocaster. This guitar is so rare and is in time capsule condition. So without further ado, let's get straight into the demo and get shredded. Hey guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury shred machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Keightley, and today I have the privilege of showing you a beautiful Fender set neck Stratocaster. This was built by John Page, a master builder for the Fender Custom Shop, and this is one of the earliest Fender Custom Shop guitars we've ever had in. It's an absolute relic of its time, but it's in time capsule condition. It's completely mint, as if it's not even been played. You don't see these every day. So I won't hold you in suspense any longer. Let's grab the case and open up this bad boy from 1992. So here we are, guys. We've got the case all set up on the sofa. I've never seen a Fender Custom Shop case like this. It's almost like a snakeskin exterior with that grey kind of dye on it, and we have the black bumpers. So opening it up, inside we have one of the most rare Fender Stratocasters I've ever seen. This is from 1992, and it really is in time capsule condition. We also have the lace sensor pickups in this one, and it's basically a Fender Strat Ultra, but made by John Page, master builder of the Fender Custom Shop. This is a very early Fender Custom Shop model. The Fender Custom Shop was established in 1987, so this was only 5 years after that, and John Page was experimenting with some really cool manufacturing techniques. So let's grab this guitar out the case and talk about the specs. So here we are, I've got the guitar in my hand now. Obviously we've opened the case, but let's go over all the specs. Before I get into this, I have to mention that this is Jack, the owner of Squealing Pig Guitars' favourite guitar ever, pretty much. When we got this in a week ago, he was very, very happy to see one in such mint condition. So this really is a collector's piece. So essentially what it is a Fender Stratocaster Ultra, which is a series that they're doing around this time with the lace sensor pickups. It was basically propelling the vintage Stratocaster into the modern world, and was trying to grab the attention of all the players that were using Super Strats. So people that are using Charvel, Jackson, they wanted to kind of steal that audience and bring it back to Fender. So to start off with, we have a mahogany body with the flamed maple cap. This is a two-piece flame maple top, and it has that beautiful pinstripe look to it. Moving on to the neck, we have a maple neck with a walnut center stripe, but it's finished in that lovely cherry red finish. And as you can see, we've got a set neck here, so it's glued in, just like how Gibson do it. This is very rare to see. In all my years of doing these videos, I've never seen a set neck Stratocaster, so quite a rare guitar. As we turn it over, that headstock is so cool with the cherry red finish over it, and we have an ebony fingerboard on this one, which is pretty rare. So on the spec sheet, it says Slim C, but I have to say that this guitar has probably got one of the thinnest necks I've felt on a Fender Stratocaster. So this has a very, very slim shredder neck. Think Charvel, Jackson of this time. It says on the spec sheet that it's a Slim C, but I would say it's a very slim D. I would say it's quite wide. On this guitar, we have the Wilkinson VS100 tremolo, and we have Spursel locking tuners. The scale length is 25.5 inches, and we have the LSR roller nut, which was also used on the Fender Ultra series. Moving down to the electronics, this is where all the wizardry comes. So in the neck pickup, we have the lace sensor blue pickup. In the middle, we have the Fender lace sensor gold, and in the back, we have the red lace sensor. Very interesting electronic setup, a little bit like the Fender Ultras. So you have a 5-way switch here, 1 volume, 2 tones, and this little dip switch here is only active when you're in the bridge mode. It basically changes the way that this humbucker reacts. So you can have one coil on its own, the other coil on its own, or you can have them interacting. It's a very cool pickup system, and it's quite complicated, but it gives you lots of tones, especially when you're in the studio. In terms of frets, we've got 22 medium jumbo frets. For a shredder guitar, I'd prefer a little bit thicker frets, a little bit like the Music Man that we demoed yesterday. That kind of high profile stainless steel would be better, but these still feel more like a traditional Strat. Then finally we have a 3-ply pearlescent guard, which has aged a little bit over time. You can see there's a little bit patina on the front, but on the side there isn't, which is pretty interesting. And then we have a matching tremolo cavity cover here. This guitar is absolutely to die for. As I said, it's pretty much in mint condition, a time capsule of 1992. And this was built by John Page, one of the most respected master builders that's ever been in the Fender Custom Shop. Of course, the Fender Custom Shop was founded in 1987, so this was a guitar that was made within the first 5 years of the Fender Custom Shop. And as I mentioned, John Page was trying to experiment with that custom shop by, adding Gibson manufacturing techniques into Fender. And they created some absolutely crazy Fender Custom Shop guitars at this time. They were really going out there making one-off beauties. But yeah, this really is a piece of Fender Custom Shop history. Now that we've gone over all the specs, let's head to the tone demo and plug this bad boy in. So welcome to the tone demonstration. For today's episode, I'm using my Kemper Profiler on a Dumble preset, and I've got a few effects on the floor like EQs and tube screamers just to boost the front end when I'm doing my solos. So this was the tone that I used in the intro of today's video, kind of inspired by Don't by Ed Sheeran. This is kind of the chord progression anyway. Tube screamer off. Engaging the tube screamer for the solo. Really cool blues tone there, obviously inspired by John Mayer a little bit. I put a little bit more gain than I meant to on that tone, so I guess on the recording it does sound a little bit more distorted, but it's really calling out to the 80s guitar player. It's got a really flat radius and a really thin neck, so it's definitely a shredder guitar, and you've got so many different options for this guitar. So let's have a little play about. Let's make it a little bit cleaner and see what tones we can get. So this is the neck pickup slightly cleaner. And roll down the volume again just to get that slightly more jazzy tone. Responsive Strat, and it's got a really nice tone on that edge of breakup tone. Really reminds me of Andy Timmons. Now Now going one position down, this is the neck and the middle pickup. Although it might be made for shred, this guitar has a really killer clean tone and it's very reactive. As I pick harder, you can get into the edge of breakup tone. As I pick softer, got a really nice story to tell there. Lovely tones all around, so let's hear the middle pickup now. Now let's hit the middle and the bridge. That's got to be one of the best middle and bridge tones I've ever heard. That's just got so much spank. in single coil mode on the bridge, so let's hear the next position of the dip switch. And the final position of the dip switch. Just giving you different single coil flavorings with different phasing options and which coil that you're using. So my favorite is probably the front position, which I use at the start. Sounds a bit more like a classic Strat to me. Tone, but let's hear the other settings on a little bit higher gain tone. Dirty channel where this Strat comes to life, and this is finally the last position of the dip switch. Definitely the most quackiest one. So guys, that brings us to the end of another video. Make sure to go and comment your thoughts down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Also, if you're new to these videos, make sure to hit subscribe. This really helps us boost our engagement and get bigger and better guitars to review for you. So guys, what am I going to rate this awesome 1992 set neck Fender Stratocaster? In terms of visual aspect, it's incredible. I can't believe we've got such a time capsule piece from the 90s. It looks like it's barely been played, and the set neck factor is really cool. I found this neck quite hard to play. It was definitely something that I had to get used to, but once I got used to it and really understood the lace sensor pickup system, I thought this guitar was insane. Really, really good. This guitar would have been perfect for me around 18 years old when I was obsessed with all the shred stuff, so the Guthrie Govan, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai. I found that this was like the ultimate shredder Fender. The tremolo was really smooth. You got an absolute hodgepodge of different tones thanks to this little TPX tone control. And I found that the bridge settings were really cool, and it just had a really nice kind of vocal quality to it. I found that the clean tones were really good coming out the speaker, but I found that I had to play really sensitively on this neck. A, because it's really thin, but also got a really flat radius. I felt like I couldn't dig in as much as I would on like a vintage Strat. This guitar had quite a light gauge of string as well, so like 9s. I'm used to playing 10s or 11s, so I found it quite hard to play for that reason. But they're setup issues. You could obviously change that if you wanted to have heavier strings. So yeah, this will be available on Squealing Pig Guitars Reverb and website. Make sure to hit the link in the description below if you want to check out this guitar. So I'm going to give this guitar a 8 out of 10 for today's episode. It's one of the better Strats I've played. The lace sensor had this kind of HD single coil tone. It was a very interesting instrument to check out, and them spanky tones on position 2 are just to die for. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for today's episode. But most importantly, guys, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this 1992 John Page Fender Stratocaster? Do you own any 90s Fender custom shop guitars? Let me know down below. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week for another video. But until then, keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.